Hi guys. So, hmm. Anyway, I guess I can start off by saying last night I attempted to trim my already pretty short afro into a interest. I don't know. I just wanted to like trim it down and kind of like shape it up, and I somehow ended up going for this like kind of like mohawk type looking whatever. But anyways, I messed it up so bad. I don't know if you can tell, but it's not even. First of all, it's lopsided. It's not even straight. But so I don't know. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I want to just shave it all off because I have shaved my head before in the past. I've been completely bald before, and I don't know. I'm just one of those girls that I don't mind being bald. Especially with summer coming up, I'm very tempted. Like I don't know if I want to have hair in my head this summer. Uh, so this is what I'm stuck with for right now. But I don't know. I might just shave this middle part off and just start all over again. Because one of my goals was to have like a big ass fro someday, but I don't know. I don't know. It's going to take a while before that ever actually happens. But anyways, okay. The main point of this video was about, well, the show I was watching earlier. It was on the History Channel, and it was I can't remember the exact name. It's funny, I can't remember the exact name of the show, but it's not the first time I've seen it before. It's that show that comes on the History Channel, and it's about the different things that were taken out of the Bible. And I guess I just want to start off by saying that it's stuff like that well, that's one of the things that pretty much drove me away from organized religion, because you know, like how so many people, the Bible and all these other religious texts, they want you to take them seriously, and that what's in them is the truth, and that's it. But if there's things that were taken out of the so-called truth, then how am I supposed to believe that? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. All right, anyways, but the show I was watching earlier, they were talking about like Jesus's life, as a child, which deep down inside, I just personally feel we don't know everything about Jesus's life. I don't care what's in any religious text or whatever. We weren't there at the time, so we don't know everything. But I thought it was kind of not, I don't know if not fair is the right way to put it, but that they took out like stuff that was in the Bible about Jesus' childhood, like his pre-adolescent years, and again, this was just a show, so I also don't believe everything that they're saying on the show, but I found it interesting that if this is true about, I forgot what the damn book in the Bible is supposedly called, but if you've seen the show, you probably know what I'm talking about. You can probably share it down below if you want. But they said something about like Jesus, during his pre-adolescent years when he's like, 12 years old and stuff. He was pretty rebellious. Yes, Jesus, he was pretty rebellious. And he did some pretty interesting things during those years. Um, and I don't know, I just want to say, like, if it's true they took that out of the Bible, I I don't know. Maybe I would be more interested in the Bible if they kept it in. Because I don't know. Back, like, first of all, the Bible's such an old book. I do feel it was changed a lot over the years because people are human beings, and human beings don't always tell the truth. Um, but I don't know. I do feel like somewhere along the line, the Bible was kind of molded to, I don't know, people just put in there what they wanted to be in there, and they took out what they didn't want to be in there. Like, for instance, a lot of people want everyone to believe that Jesus was the Son of God, period. So if the Son of God, and God's supposed to be perfect or whatever, but so if the Son of God was rebellious as a preteen, then how could he be the Son of God? We can't keep that in there. Take that out. Get rid of that shit. But and that's just what some people believe. I'm not trying to judge people for what they believe in, but I just I'm just sharing what how I feel. But to me personally, I don't believe that Jesus was the Son of God, because whether you want to call it God, higher power, our creator, God's, whether it's a he or she, whatever, I believe that we're all the children of that higher power. So to say that Jesus was the only Son of God, I don't really agree with that. I never have. Even when I was a little kid, like, because I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, in that religion, which is just basically another branch of Christianity. And, I just always struggled with that idea. Like, okay, Jesus was the Son of God. And yes, some people, say Jesus died on the cross for our sins and all that. But it's just, to me, even ever since I was probably about 7, 8, 9 years old, I always questioned this stuff in the back of my mind, because I just felt like there's so much missing to the story. Like, I don't know. I don't believe that Jesus was the only Son of God, or whatever you want to call it. Um, and I don't really, I always struggle with the whole dying for our sins thing too. Because if all of us were so sinful, and pretty much when I was a little kid, like, it made me feel like human beings are worthless, basically, and we're sinners, so why the hell are we even here? So, I don't know, I kind of, if anything, I see Jesus kind of like a big brother. Like, he was just a very he was one of the special souls that were sent to Earth to, teach us something. But as far as just the whole part about him dying for our sins, I don't think that that was the purpose of Jesus ever existing here on Earth. I just think there's so much more to it, and part of the reason, part of things being back to what I seen on that show about him possibly being um, a little on the naughty side when he was a preteen, that kind of, like, to me, like, if that's true, and I really hope it is, it shows that Jesus was just a regular person, a special, but he was a regular human being, but he was a special soul that was sent to Earth to teach a lesson. And I think that lesson was that even if you grow up kind of like a badass, and but you discover that you have all these hidden, amazing, miraculous talents and stuff. You can grow up. You can learn how to use those talents for good, and grow up to be a great person, like a great human being that, I don't know, that inspires a ton of people. But I don't know, what was I saying before that. I fucking forgot already. That's what happens when I get too excited. When there's something I want to talk about so much, I start forgetting. Um, but yeah, Jesus was a cool dude. But as far as the whole, like, I guess I can get into a little bit more of my personal beliefs. But yeah, I did say something about, like, I grew up as when I was a little kid. We were Jehovah's Witnesses, and we went to the church called the Kingdom Hall, or whatever. And yeah, I think I want to get back to that. Like, ever since I was a little kid, I just always, in the back of my mind, was questioning stuff. And I guess the main point I want to say about that is that I'm personally glad that I left organized religion behind. And I know that it works for some people. I'm not trying to say, I'm not trying to tell people that religion is bad or whatever, because it's not. It works for some people. But me personally, it didn't work for me, because I always just knew that there's more to this world. Like for instance, ever since I left organized religion, I noticed that I started opening myself up more and just looking at the world around me. Like, the earth that we live on is beyond huge, and that earth is in a universe which is be infinite. You know what I mean? And if any book, any religious text, not just the Bible, but if any book could explain all that, like, I mean, is there a book that can really explain all that? You know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff is kind of what made me drove me away from organized religion, because I felt like in organized religion, I just have that book to depend on, and that book is it, and there's nothing else, besides or beyond what's said in that book. In my mind, I just couldn't, I couldn't, I couldn't shrink my mind down enough to just believe that for the rest of my life. I just knew there's so much more out there. I mean, just by looking at nature. If anything, leaving organized religion made me kind of strengthened my belief in a higher power of some sort. And that this world that we live in is beyond enormous and amazing and beautiful and beyond beautiful. I mean, you just can't explain it. It just opened my mind so much. Leaving organized religion opened my mind so much to the pure beauty of how much. Oh, I can't even find the words to describe it. It's just like, wow. I mean, like, when I think about the world, when I think about the universe, that's what the first thing that pops into my head now is, wow. This place is really amazing. This place is really awesome. And I don't know. I'll make another video about all this shit. I mean, this is the kind of stuff I can talk about forever. But I don't want to, I don't want to get too into it. I got to save, some of it for later on in later videos. But that's all I have to say for now. And see you guys whenever I do. Bye.